I'm Kate August. I'm a senior at KU and I'm a double major in journalism, strategic communications, and Italian literature. I did the Summer Language Institute in Florence, Italy. I chose to study abroad because previously, before the summer that I studied in Florence, I decided that I wanted to make Italian my second major. And after talking with my advisors, they really thought it would benefit me because I was having trouble kind of putting together the language, learning it in a classroom, and being able to speak it. So they suggested that I study abroad, and I've never been to Europe before, so I really wanted to study in Italy. And yeah, I just really wanted to go, really to help my language skills was the number one reason. Well, the daily routine was we had class every day from 9 to 2, and it was really interesting because when we first got there, I thought I was going to be in classes with all KU students, but we ended up taking an aptitude test when we first got there on our first day of class, so I was actually separated into class just based on my language skill. So I had the opportunity to take classes with students from Canada and South America, and also students in Italy, foreign exchange students in Italy. And we had class every single day from 9 to 2 and had Italian professors in our language institute there. And then we had the rest of the day free to do whatever we wanted to do after class ended at 2, so it's pretty nice. The classes are set up very differently when you study abroad. We had like weekly writings assignments that we would come in, and they were kind of like quizzes to see where we were, but the majority of my class was discussion based. I was really nervous the first day I walked in. We didn't have a textbook, we didn't have like daily assignments or anything like that. It was just basically an Italian professor just talking to us in Italian. So as far as my conversation skills went and my technical skills went with the language, they were so much better than just sitting in a classroom here where you have the crutch of English to fall back on. Whereas my professor there, she didn't speak any English. We only had to communicate with her through our Italian. So it was really hard because you had to force yourself to think in Italian and talk in Italian all the time. But then coming back here to KU and then taking classes with students who hadn't studied abroad, you can definitely see a difference in the ease in which we all talk to each other now or can write now. So definitely being abroad helped my classes here, and they're a lot easier now that I'm back at KU after studying in Florence. I was in Florence for 2 months. And I came in the day before my program started, so I really didn't get there that early. But on the way back, I had an opportunity to stay, well actually, I'll go back. In between my program, we had a week break sort of deal. And so I got to go to Paris in between when programs switched over. And then when I left, I went to Switzerland for a few days, which isn't really that long, but it was amazing. I got 10 credit hours when I was there, and it was super easy to get credits. I took basically all but 2 classes I need to finish my major, so it was really easy, and it was probably more beneficial for me to take those classes there. But KU, I mean, nothing did not transfer, obviously. I definitely think studying abroad helped me graduate in 4 years, especially being a double major. It was so hard to try to fit in all the culture classes that go along with my Italian major. So being able to study abroad and getting 10 credit hours when I was there is the reason why I'm graduating in May. I came back and only had 4 classes left to take and 4 semesters to take them in. And the way language programs are set up here is you have to take them in a progression. They only offer certain classes, certain semesters. So it definitely, I would have been here another semester or 2 if I didn't study abroad. Well, I got to live with a host family when I was there, and it was interesting because first arriving, I was the first person at my house. I was so nervous, and they told me that my host family didn't speak any English. Later to find out, right before we left, that my host mom actually spoke English. She just didn't want to talk to us. because she wanted us to get better at Italian. So I lived with a host family, and I had a mom and a dad, but then I also had 3 sisters, Italian sisters, when I was there. And it was very interesting, the setup of the house, because not only did I live with a family, but I also had other KU students with me, but other students from other universities studying Italian with me. But it was always so much fun. We always had like 10 to 15 people around the dinner table, like everyone speaking their native language, which was different because people were from all over, but then everyone speaking Italian as well. And the food was really good. She made the best homemade lasagna I've ever tasted in my entire life. And it was just really fun being able to live with a family. We went to like an Italian water park / theme park. It was definitely a good experience. I only lived like 10 minutes away from where I went to school, walking. So we walked every morning. We were right in the heart of Florence, probably the best location I could have imagined. So overall it was a good experience. I definitely think living with the host family was one of the best memories I have. Just being able to totally immerse myself in the culture of what a family is over there, which is totally different than an American family. And it was just amazing. But honestly, just being over there, the whole experience, and I don't know, being able to be done with class at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and walk around to any museum you wanted to. We had passes to all the museums, so we could just walk in and see whatever. I don't know if that answers your question, but the whole thing was just amazing, just being constantly surrounded and stimulated by a completely different culture, and just such a welcoming culture, and just the people and everything was just amazing. We dressed up. The Harry Potter movie came out when we were over there, and we dressed up to go see it because obviously it was fun, and we knew it because we were American. But it's funny, when you go over there, they changed all the characters' names, like some of the more obscure ones, so we would try and talk to people and they had no idea what we were talking about. But we were both talking about Harry Potter, so that was funny, and people asked for our autographs because they thought we were somehow affiliated with the movie. So, I don't know, kind of dorky, but it was still funny. I think short-term wise, I came back and really had a better grasp on obviously my Italian language and being able to bring that into the classroom. But also when I came back, you feel such a sense of accomplishment that I was able to go live in a foreign country for 2 months by myself and figure things out. But I just came back, I feel like, more outgoing and just a better sense of myself and where I want to go. And it actually really helped me professionally, because now I'm pursuing graduate schools for Italian program, and I never thought that I would do that, and I don't think I would have if I wouldn't have studied abroad. And also I really want to go live in Europe, and I think that that is a really possible long-term goal for myself, and I wouldn't have done that if I wouldn't have studied abroad, because I didn't know anything before I went over there. So do it. Even if you're thinking about it a little. Just, I wasn't very sure, just applied and ended up doing it kind of on a whim. But if you're thinking about it, do it. It'll be one of the best experiences you have. Take advantage of every moment you have over there, because it goes by very quickly, and yeah, just go for it. Dove vuoi andare? Mi chiamo Kate e studio all'estero a Firenze, in Italia, e mi voglio bene Firenze.